everybody. Welcome back to the Up and Adam Show. Thank you all for joining me once again. Super excited. It's October. It's the month of Halloween and all things horror. And today we're joined by two incredible actresses. I've had them on the show before. We talked about their other movies, Megan and The Black Phone. And today we are talking about their new film, The Curse of the Necklace. Please welcome Violet and Madeleine McGraw. How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for coming on once again. I
Thank you
feel
for
like
having us.
we gotta make this a tradition. Every time you guys have something, we gotta have you guys on. It's
Gotta
awesome.
get on the Seriously, yes, I'm down.
Awesome. It's interesting. I had you guys both on separately, like I mentioned, talk about, Megan and the Black Phone. And when I spoke to you both separately, your number one goal was to work with each other in a horror film.
I know,
It's so funny you say
exactly.
that. We've literally been talking about it on red
Exactly.
carpets.
We've been talking about it forever,
It
for
was our
forever.
2024 goal, and we didn't think it was gonna happen.
Not at
Okay.
all.
Yeah, and you guys both executive produced this film. I want to know a little bit behind the scenes process because this was your first time executive producing something, right? What was that whole process behind the scenes for both of you? Was it like a challenge? Was it something that you guys kind of got used to over time? Like, what was the whole process like?
It was definitely a challenge, but at the same time, it was also super fun. And
Yeah.
we both always wanted to do
And we
something
had each other
behind the
as
camera.
well,
Yeah.
which
We
is
had each
amazing.
other and
Yeah.
Christina Moore, who was also an executive
And
producer
played
and
Ruth.
played Ruth.
Yeah.
She was in the movie. Um, we had her by our side, which was awesome because we could kind of look to her for everything. And if we had questions or were stressed about something, we could always just call her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it is a challenge. I know, obviously I have my movie I was telling you guys about, and for me, like I know I had to produce it and act in it. So I had the same role as you guys, and I know like the challenge of just, you know, people might take it for granted. And you know what's funny? A lot of executive producers, they don't get enough credit. I feel like now that you've
I
been in that space, now you
totally
guys can
agree with that.
appreciate it,
Now
right?
that I've been in that position, I know.
We understand.
That's actually funny that you say that because I thought of that as soon as we started working on the necklace. I was like, I know how much work it is like being in that position, but I wish more people outside of the industry knew. And I don't feel like fans or just like people in general when they're watching a movie, of course they think of the actors because that's what they're seeing on screen, but I feel like they don't think about how much work and just effort it takes in general behind the scenes too.
Also, too, to add on to that, not even just producers and executive producers and people like that, also like makeup artists, special effects.
Everyone on set, I
Everybody.
say this all the time. If one person isn't doing their job correctly or their energy is just bad or off, it will like the production or movie will not flow, whatever you're working on. So that's why working on projects like the Curse of the Necklace, so grateful because everyone wanted to be there. Everyone was just so blessed and happy to be working and working with such kind and genuine people. So it was just all around such a great energy on set, and we all had so much fun working on that project.
Violet, you worked with Henry Thomas previously, and now in this film, you guys both got to work with him. I had him on my show after you guys did The Haunting of Hill House. And one thing he said about you specifically, because my whole thing was like, because he was a child star, right? He started ET when he was like, what was it, like 9 or 10 years old, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, when he did ET, especially his audition, I'm not sure if you guys have seen it on YouTube. That
I
audition.
have seen it multiple times actually.
It's like the acting is like it looks like a person, and I told him this too. It's like someone who's been in the business for like 40 years, like such a professional, right? So I said, like, what was it working with like Violet, who was also a child actress too? Like, did you kind of was it almost reminiscent of how you were when you did ET? And he's like, there was a particular scene when you and Henry did that scene where you guys are on a bench and he's covered in blood
Yeah.
in the
Oh my
haunted.
God, that's my favorite scene.
Yeah, and he said he was like, in the script, he's like, I was worried that at first, like, this is a really hard scene. Like, can a young girl pull this off? And he's like, you did this in like what was it, 1 or 2 takes? You guys did it like so quick and efficient, and he
Yeah.
praised you so much. I just wanted to let you know. So I guess what was it like working with him once again now in this movie?
It was amazing because since I worked with him when I was 6, it was a very long time ago. So it was great getting to work with him again. And he is so lovely. Like me and my sister both enjoyed working with him.
Yeah.
And I haven't worked with him since I was 6, so it was great getting to like reunite with that film. It was amazing. I love Henry so much, and I would work with him in every single project.
Yeah. Henry is just literally such a down to earth, kind and grateful person.
Mhm.
And you can tell he's just so passionate about what he does. And when he's working with people that he loves, it shows. And I think his and Violet's connection, like their genuine connection on screen, you can so easily see it because it's so obvious how much they love and care for each other.
Absolutely. And he's been in a lot of horror movies actually. I feel like this is his like renaissance now. Like he's been doing like what was it? A lot of things with Mike Flanagan, like in
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
recent
I
years,
love
love
right?
Mike.
Yeah, like so there's a bunch of he's really, really good. He played I know like it's different in a way, but like Dr. Sleep, he was the bartender. It's kind of like Jack Nicholson in a way.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I thought he did such a terrific job doing that too. So
He
I
is
haven't seen
literally
that.
just such an incredible actor. When I saw his ET audition,
Oh my
I
God.
literally started crying. Like
It was so good.
his face just draws you in so much. I don't understand how he does it.
you can't take him
An
away. He's
incredible actor.
mine. When he was crying,
I
it's
know. Oh my
It was
God.
he was so young. It's crazy to think that that is like I know.
I know, right?
and now you
It
guys are
is.
you're both older than him. Yeah, how he was
I know at that, yeah, during that audition. It's
mind
crazy. It's crazy
blown.
to think about.
Mind blown. Yeah. And Madeline, I was doing some research. You were excited to use fake blood in this movie, like work with fake blood, and that was one of the things you were so excited to do. Now, I want to get both your opinions on this because in recent years, gore has become like a phenomenon in these horror movies. I don't know if you've seen like the Terrifier movies.
Yeah. No, I
Uh,
haven't seen them. I'm not allowed to watch them.
Yeah, I
I
would
haven't
probably
seen them.
refrain from watching that for now, but like that movie, well, those movies, because there's two now, and the third one's coming out. But I don't know if you've seen In a Violent Nature as well, those movies.
No, but when it comes to Terrifier, I have not seen the movies,
I've
but
seen a lot.
I've seen scenes and I know what happens in it. I haven't seen the gory scenes, but I know the details of some of them, and I will pass on that for now.
She's also very scared of clowns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
clowns are something that actually like they just don't sit right with me. I don't like them.
I don't like them either because they're supposed to be friendly. And then you see it kind of flipped on its head. Like, what? Why would a
Yeah,
nice
I know. And
clown do that?
also, I'm sorry, I don't even trust them when they're supposed to be friendly clowns. It's
Thank you.
just like
Yeah,
I don't find a clown as enjoyable to be around or just to look at in general.
same here. Yeah, and my question for this is that what's interesting is that those movies they rely on gore, and I not knocking them. I love them. I love Terrifier. I love In a Violent Nature, but they rely on the scare factor to be about gore. This movie, on the other hand, it kind of feels like a Hereditary. I'm not sure if you've seen Hereditary. It kind of feels like that, like psychological thriller aspect, right? So, how did you guys utilize the use of fake blood and not going over the top with gore to make this a scary film?
For me, this is of course my opinion. I feel like everyone has different opinions on this, but just the right amount of gore. Like
Agreed.
not too much, not too less.
Yep.
Not too less, or not too little. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because sometimes gore just kind of makes my stomach hurt, or like
If it's stupid
I know it's fake. So at the same time, it doesn't really scare me. It just kind of makes
Yeah.
me feel like disgusted.
that's stomach.
So I feel like just the right amount was in the necklace.
Oh, agreed.
Like we got all the scripts in advance, of course,
Yeah.
because we talked with John Ducey, the writer, just back and forth. Like he would always ask our opinions on the scripts or what we think should change. And there were times where we were like, oh, I think this should be a little more gory, or I think this should be a little
That's
less
enough,
gory,
yeah.
or this
Yeah.
is just the right amount. So I don't know. I feel like you have to find that solid in between, I guess. Because at the same time, blood makes stuff more fun
It does,
as
yeah.
well.
Absolutely.
But also you have that more, I don't know, there's just so many different ways you could go about it, especially when it comes to horror movies. Like you could go
Yeah.
for that more psychological thriller or horror kind of part, that stuff that really messes with your mind.
Well, I feel like it
I don't know,
also
I feel like,
yeah, sorry to interrupt. I was gonna say it kind of feels like more layered. This film is layered. It's not just
yeah,
like
exactly. That's
it's
what I
not
was
just
gonna
about a
say.
movie where it's gonna be no story, but here's some killing and gores and that's it. It's not like that.
Exactly. With our movie, I feel like there's so much more love that goes on. There's so many different kinds of love and layers of love in our movie, and I hope people really see that when they watch it. Of course, there are ghosts and stuff, but I hope people focus more on the family part and the fact
Family's
that,
important. Yes.
yes, and the fact that these three women are going through a lot of challenges and chaos, but at the end of the day, they all still love and care for each other so much. And I don't want to spoil anything, but
Yeah. No, it's great. And what's interesting too is that you guys are both. I know you are, Madeline. I don't know about Violet too much, but like you guys are infatuated with the retro pop culture, right? I know like 70s and 80s. I
Yes.
know for you, Madeline, for the Black Phone, that took place in was it 1978, late 70s.
Yes,
I
yes.
know when we spoke, you were like, yeah, I'm listening to all this like 70s and 80s music now. And now
Exactly.
and now this movie takes place in the 60s. So now you guys were immersed into a different era, another era that was in the past.
So
That
cool.
is,
What was that like for you
That's one of my
guys?
favorite parts
I was
about
just gonna
acting.
say that is one of my favorite parts about doing timepieces, for sure, because especially since this movie took place in the 60s, I got to make a 60s playlist. I feel like music helps you, helps immerse yourself in your character or just in the movie in general. So me and JP made a 60s playlist, and also
JP's our
JP's our
director.
director. Yeah.
Nice.
Also, JP sent me videos of these teenagers talking in the 60s, which was so cool. And it's just so weird thinking about how differently they sound and how differently they talk and how different everything was back then compared to now, of course.
Yeah. You
I
know what's
really
also
liked
yeah.
I really liked the phones, like the rotary phones. Those were really fun. I've never
I have one here. I'll show you. I'll show you.
You have a rotary
Oh,
phone?
we need to see. We need to see. Oh my God.
Ferris Bueller.
It's not hooked up, but I have it here.
That's so
We
cool.
literally had one just like that on the necklace, except it was blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so cool getting to learn how to use one because I've always been wanting to like learn. I thought it was more confusing, but it's actually quite easy. And yeah, like the
It's
fashion.
funny. On the Black Phone, I learned how to use a rotary phone, or I guess, was I younger than you? I guess I was 1 year younger than you. But it's kind of funny that we both learned how to use a rotary phone around the same ages. Like I was 12 and then she was 13.
Yeah. No, that's so cool. I'm not even sure how to use this thing. It's not even hooked up or anything, but it's more for decoration. It's more because
Yeah.
like again, I
Yeah,
like the
it's good
retro
The
decoration.
stuff.
decor, the decor.
Decor, that's it. Also the haunted necklace, obviously it plays such a huge role given by the name and the nature of what it is in this
Yeah.
film. I know that there was a phone call that took 3 hours to get the look right. What was that all about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because I understand, of course, now, but I don't know if I was really thinking about it when we were doing the call
Yeah.
about exactly what it should look like. And now I feel like I really understand why it took 3 hours to talk about all these different options that it could possibly look like. But the necklace is kind of a character in of itself.
It is. It
And
took
so I
that to get
feel
to
like, and the movie is pretty much shaped around the necklace as well. And it has such a big role in the movie. So it is definitely by far the 3 hours were much needed. And I'm so glad that they that we got to talk about it on the call, of course, and be a part of that decision as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And before we end off, I'll have a fun little game I want to do with you guys because obviously
Yay.
We love
you guys are so close. You guys are sisters. I thought it'd be interesting to do this. A who's more likely to game.
Yes,
love this.
we
I love when
literally,
people ask
this
us
is our
this.
favorite part about interviews. I love when we get to do like fun games and stuff.
Yes, I know. I know. That's what I wanted to do. I'm like, you know what? I have to do something. So
I wish
it's more
Yes.
horror. It's more horror related. Okay. So
Yes, of course, it's okay.
perfect. All right. So who's more likely to laugh instead of scream in a real life haunted house?
I laugh when I cope. Like I laugh at everything, no matter what. When I'm nervous, when I'm happy, when I'm scared, like I laugh
Yeah.
over everything.
Defense
Say-
mechanism.
Yeah,
I would say
defense
me
mechanism
because
for
I don't
sure.
really scream, but I think it's like I just think it's more fun too.
Yeah, and right after I scream, I laugh like so hard. Like when I get scared, I don't know, I like being scared, but at the same time I get scared so easily. So I find it kind of embarrassing at the same time, and
Exactly, right?
gotta laugh about it, you know?
She's more likely to.
More? Okay, cool. Who's more likely to prank someone on set?
Me. I think I've done that before.
Her and
Oh
Sarah
wait, no,
Lynn.
you did. You pranked our mom
I did.
with a spider.
Oh, I did do that. I did do that. Okay, both of us. We'll say both of us for that. On the
Okay.
Curse of the Necklace set, I got a fake spider,
That was
and
on
my
set.
mom is so scared of bugs, insects,
Same. If you did that to me, I would
anything
cry.
like that. Even some animals, of course.
Yeah.
So I got this fake spider, this fake black spider, and I was walking off set. I think I was wrapped at this point. I have it on video, actually. I'm pretty sure I posted it.
Oh my
And
God.
I was like, oh my God, Mom, what is that on you? And I threw it on her and she
gets up, throws her
screamed.
sunglasses.
The
her
video
phone.
is so funny. I felt so bad, but it was like so funny
It
at the
was
same
worth the video.
time.
I would say
It's on the
maybe
Instagram or?
Yeah, I think I posted it on my stories, maybe.
if not.
If not, I'll probably repost that and be like, memories from the necklace.
Oh my
I'd
God.
say I'd say both of us.
But yeah, I'd say both of
Oh,
us because she's
okay.
also
I don't know. I know Violet comes off like the type she'd be like a prankster. I don't know why.
she is so mischievous. And I feel like people underestimate her all the time
Don't
because
underestimate the
she
young
she may look all sweet and innocent, but she does have that side to her where she's up to no good.
Yeah.
Don't mess
Her
with
and
Violet.
Sarah Lynn, who played our mom, literally were in a scare war
Yeah, we
Oh
were
my
on
she was
set.
in her car and I scared her right outside after we wrapped. She came home. I'm just standing there waiting for her.
You know,
and
if you guys keep this up with these pranks, no one's gonna want to work with you guys. Be careful.
I know, right? We gotta calm down. We gotta calm down.
Who's more likely to hide during a horror movie jump scare?
Me, yeah.
Mm.
I hide.
Let's go right
I
here.
can't. It's so bad. I'm so bad with conflict when it comes to movies. Like watching it, I'm like, no. If so and so dies, I'm done watching.
She's like, oh my God, I hate this movie.
I'm an annoying person to watch movies with. But at least I acknowledge it. At least I know. Like I will say that to someone.
Good.
I'm an annoying person to watch movies with. But if you genuinely want me to lock in, I feel like I could.
Yeah.
Like, I
I don't know. See, now I'm questioning it now.
Not so sure. When I was watching Interstellar,
oh my God.
when I think I know the plot to something, I don't know why I feel like I have to tell people my thoughts.
I'm the same way too. I'm always like my girlfriend and I were watching A Nightmare on Elm Street a few days ago, right? Because now this month we're all watching horror movies. That's my favorite horror movie of all time. So every time I'm watching with her, she gets so annoyed. I'm always like, "This is gonna happen now," and then I'm always like mimicking Freddy, like.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's exactly what I do. Especially if I've seen a movie before and it's one of my favorite movies or something. I have to. I don't know. I know it's annoying. See, that's the thing. I know it annoys people, but like.
You can't help yourself. Yeah, you can't help yourself.
I know I can't help myself, and I love murder mysteries so much. So it's like when I watch those, I like telling my dad, we talk about who we think is the murderer or like what we think the plot's gonna be. So now I do that when it comes to every single movie.
Yeah, it's okay.
And I apologize to people before I watch movies.
Don't watch movies with them.
Yeah, exactly.
The last one I have for you is interesting. Who's more likely to survive the longest in a zombie apocalypse?
Maddie.
Yeah, probably me.
I don't know what happened to me, to be honest.
I would protect you.
Come on, I should protect you.
Yeah.
I might like hear a noise or something, go check it out. Be the dumb person in the horror film.
What?
I can't see that though.
Yeah, no, I feel like, well, for me, because I always say, I don't know. It's just I have this different side of me that when I get scared or I'm not, I don't want to say not in a good mood, but like I really focus in on something. Like when it comes to soccer, I'm a completely different person when I step on that field.
Zoned in. That's it. Locked in.
I'm zoned in and I'm just like always not angry. I don't know how to describe that.
You're competitive.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very competitive. Which is not the best trait because I know
She's a little scary, not gonna lie.
But I feel like I could be really scary and I'd probably have that like defense feeling would kick in a zombie apocalypse and I'd want to like defend my family or like help my sister or something.
Thanks.
That's good. See, at least you have an honest sister who would say that, because some other siblings would be like, take them, go, let me live, take them.
No, if she was like that, I would be backstabbed. I would feel betrayed.
I'm surviving now. Every man for themselves.
That's it. Well, that's all my questions I have. Thank you guys so much for coming on again. It was an absolute
Thank you. That was literally so fun. I love when interviewers have us do games like that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's fun for both of us. I get to hear stories and then it's like we get to laugh. It's interesting. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And again, I hope I didn't take too much of your time. Thank you guys for both coming on.
No, not at all. This was so much fun.
I'm excited to see, I know in 2025, Megan 2.0, the Black Phone 2 are coming out. I hope that's the right
I'm
date.
sure we'll talk to you again after those.
I'm really excited. So I'll be able, I'll be on the lookout for those. Everybody, watch The Curse of the Necklace. It's awesome. Guys, thank you so much for coming on and have a great day.
Thank you so much. It was so great to talk to you again, Adam.
Of course. Take it easy, guys, okay?
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.